Okay, here we go. I'm so excited to have Chloe here today.
Yay.
So, our newest, freshest episode of Tulsa Life podcast. And here you are. Tell us who you are, Chloe, and tell us kind of how you fit into our dynamic here at the office.
Yeah, so I've been here for almost 2 years. And one, I absolutely love it. Two,
You have to say that. I mean, obviously, you're
yeah, I'm with you.
it's recorded.
No, but the atmosphere, the ability to grow, not only grow my career, but like just personal growth here too has been amazing. Um, it's really nice being able to find a family outside your family.
Oh, I love that. A family house.
Yeah.
And it is real. I feel that too. I feel like coming here is like my second family.
Yeah.
And good, bad, if I'm having a good day, great day, or just an okay day, it's like you're always going to have somebody here to encourage you and support you. Yeah. Oh, I love that. And Zillow just named, Tulsa one of the top 10 on affordability and lifestyle. And I think it's pretty amazing that we get to live here. The cost of living is great.
Mm-hmm.
The people are phenomenal. There's lots of activities, which I think people think if they're not from Oklahoma, they tend to believe that we're all living in teepees.
Yeah.
And, it's like the reality is that we are a thriving city.
No, we went to Branson this past weekend. And we were talking to this guy, and he said he used to date a girl from Tulsa. And when he first came, he was so shocked that we actually were a city.
That we ate with forks.
Yes. He was like, I thought you guys just rode around on horses, which is true.
Still?
I have seen some horses around town just walking on the side of the street.
It does still happen.
It does happen. But no, there's a lot more to it. And, you mentioned Zillow being, what were we rated?
We're rated top 10.
Okay,
I can't remember.
10.
I want to say we were 7 or 8, but I'm not, don't quote me on that because I was trying to look it up before and I looked in 2 seconds. I was like, okay, I give up. I can't find it.
Yeah. So top 10, that really doesn't surprise me at all. I will say most of my business from this past year has been helping out of state clients, which has been a really fun experience.
It has. And I think it's always, especially when you have clients who've never been to the city, but they've just kind of looked and affordability is huge. And we have a lot of people that are coming from East Coast that cost of living is insane.
Yeah.
Their homes value are quadruple, what the same home here would cost. And it's always so refreshing for them to go, I'm going to visit there. And then I visit and I love it.
Yeah.
And it's all of these other things.
I've had a couple clients who have never been to Tulsa and just decided to move here. And one, they were from Arizona. They were able to sell their house and then pay all cash for their brand new house here in town. They didn't have any jobs lined up, but the difference in value from there to here abled them to move comfortably.
And be able to have a cushion even, yes. Yeah. And to go, we can do this. We can make this. Yeah. I think we're seeing that more and more, that people are coming in from higher cost of living areas and then they really enjoy it. The great news is that the job markets here it's great too. Mm-hmm. And we have, Amazon and Google's in Pryor. And we thought we were going to get Tesla. We didn't end up getting Tesla, but
we do have a service center.
We do.
So Tesla is here.
But their plant was supposed to, I think it went to Austin instead. I can't remember, but it was between us and one other place. But we've got a lot of distribution centers. We've got, a lot of just opportunities that have come in and it's still growing.
It's growing a lot. Yeah.
And, I think you start sounding like an old person when you're like, oh, but I don't want it to grow too much and I don't want it to change because it's so wonderful the way that it is. But our growth really goes out. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's not condensed and it's not like we're on top of each other. And there's still plenty of land, which I think is very appealing to a lot of people coming, from cities. It's more congested cities.
Right. You barely have a backyard. Right. You're right on top of your neighbors. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of appeal. It doesn't matter if you want downtown lifestyle, country lifestyle.
Well, and the thing about Tulsa is it takes maximum 30-35 minutes to get anywhere. You can get from one side of town.
I'm telling you, that would be like going from the opposite side of like Bixby to even Owasso.
Yeah, that's like max.
Yeah, we had to go. Where did we go this last weekend for Noah's basketball? Oh, we went to Preston, which
Okay.
I was like, "Where's Preston?"
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is. But it's a really teeny tiny town, which there's a lot of those in Oklahoma. I grew up in one, and it's basically straight south on 75 past Glenpool.
Okay.
And I mapped it. And I was at the office, and it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh, okay. I was thinking we were going like really far,
like
but
an hour plus.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm planning my day, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like I don't have to go that far. But there's a lot of small towns. There's a lot of, but there's a lot of hustle and bustle too. I feel like enough of that.
Right.
That if you're
You get the
accustomed
best
to
of
that,
both worlds.
yeah. So
Yeah. I will say, even though we are growing as much as we are and as fast as we are, I feel like the community is still there. Like everyone is so nice, so welcoming.
yes.
Like you can walk your dog around the neighborhood and
Or if you have a flat tire, you don't have to be afraid.
No.
Somebody's going to stop and help you, and it's a totally different mentality.
Yeah, I think so.
I would agree with that.
Tulsa's great.
I
love
know.
it here.
Dirk always says that.
Because growing up here, well, I feel like growing up anywhere, as a kid, you're always like, I want to get out. I want to move. And that was me for a little bit. But then after college, I kind of got settled and I was like, I actually really like it here. Like, it's nice to be able to travel to other places, but come back home and, just be in Tulsa.
So that's interesting that you say that, because I believe there are so many people that have that same thinking and they leave. And how many people come back?
Oh my gosh.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Heather's one of them.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I moved to Florida and everybody's always like, why would you leave Florida? I mean, we had Siesta Key in our backyard.
Oh,
we lived really close. I mean, we lived close enough where we could drive to Miami and South Beach, and I mean, tons of really cool places. And my heart just always wanted to come back home.
Yeah. And how nice is it that you can go enjoy those places now?
Right. Now I can go to vacation there. Like, yes, I can go on
there.
vacation and then come home. And that's truly what it is. It's like you just feel at home.
Yeah.
And it's such a great feeling. So your favorite places in Tulsa, I know you kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? So you're a 21-year-old, young 20s, and what you do is very different from what I do, because I'm married with kids and responsibilities that you don't have yet, which lucky you. But lucky me too.
I'm very lucky for that.
So what do you like to do?
Okay, so I have to shout out the Brook, because my boyfriend, he's a manager there, and the Brook has been like a Tulsa
staple.
Yeah, for like
Tell us what the Brook
plus
is.
years. But it's just a restaurant on Brookside. They have a bunch of American food, but the menu is huge.
It's huge.
They have a bunch of deals, like
specials,
drink specials,
happy hours.
Yeah, it's a great place.
I think Mondays is Margarita Mondays.
Yes, exactly.
So,
wine
down Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I mean Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
Wine on Wednesdays. They have like $3 local beers on Tuesdays. Like $3 beers. That's crazy.
Yes, that is crazy. You can tell you're 21. All we want to talk about is alcohol.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
No, but besides
good
that,
food. They have good food, and you're right. It's just like a huge menu. It's like Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly.
It's like a local Cheesecake Factory that's way less expensive.
Yes, 100%. And so I live in that Brookside area, so it's easy for me to go there. But I also like to walk along Riverside. You'll find a lot of people, exercise over there. The gathering place is located over there. So it's kind of nice to just be able to have that and walk the dogs and, meet some people.
So you live close to Brookside, so that I have found that, and I think this is true for anywhere, that you kind of stay in your little pockets.
Yeah.
Like I can remember when I first moved to Tulsa, and people would be like, well, where are you? And I'd be like, well, I'm in Midtown. And they're like, well, I'm in South Tulsa, so I'm not coming to Midtown today. And I'm like, what? Like,
again, it takes like 15 minutes.
Yeah. You act like that's going across the world. But like we get into these little pockets, and it's just like, okay, it's South Tulsa, it's Midtown, it's Brookside, it's Utica Square, it's, so you have all these like downtown. I mean, now, Dirk, my husband, works downtown. and he'll call me, and now I've turned into that person, and he'll call me and be like, hey, you want to meet for lunch? As long as I don't have to go downtown. And I'm like, so dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to drive like 15 minutes and then I'd have to find
barely
parking.
any traffic.
No, there's no traffic.
Parking is cheap.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but I act like it's just like, okay. I guess if I have to leave Midtown, I will leave Midtown. So,
it's funny. I grew up in Jenks and in South Tulsa, Bixby area. And so when I did go out on my own, I wanted to move to Midtown. Not that South Tulsa or anything like that is bad.
Right. Some people prefer,
but it's really nice how it's still a small city, but you still get different feels in every part of it.
There's different pockets that, I feel like and when people visit, especially if they're trying to get a feel for the areas, what's really neat is that when you take them out, you can really see where people connect. And, downtown has a totally different vibe, than South Tulsa. South Tulsa has a different vibe than Broken Arrow and Owasso. And I think geographically, you always kind of are looking at where are my kids either going to school or where's my job going to be located. And so all of those things come into, factoring in on that. But there are so many great options.
Yeah.
And I think it is just finding the right fit for each person.
And every town outside of Tulsa is growing.
Yes.
Owasso is huge now.
Oh, Owasso. We just got an Andy's frozen custard and a Chipotle. We are big time.
Oh, yes.
I mean, big time.
That's how you know you made it.
That's how you know. That's it.
And then Broken Arrow and even Coweta.
I haven't been to Coweta in a while. See, that's so far. Oh my gosh, I have to go to Coweta.
So Coweta is typically small country town, but now it's kind of growing so much that there's a fine line between Broken Arrow and Coweta.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You would never think that growing up here that Coweta would
even be anything. It's like Bixby. Yeah. I remember when we moved from Oklahoma to Florida, I was living in Owasso, and that was back in, oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to think about maybe 2007-ish, somewhere in there. And fast forward, 15 years later, Owasso looks completely different. Yeah. Bixby was like cornfields. Yeah. I mean, and then you come back and you're like, where did this come from?
New construction everywhere. Yeah.
So the growth has been phenomenal. But like we kind of mentioned, it's not stacking on top. It is spreading out.
Going out,
So Tulsa now, and when I say Tulsa to me, I mean, it really encompasses all of that.
Right.
It's Jenks, it's Broken Arrow, it's Owasso, it's Coweta, it's Sapulpa, it's Sand Springs.
Because everything's so easily accessible that it doesn't feel like you're going to a different town or a different
If you have
city.
a Chick-fil-A, then I think you're on the map.
Exactly.
So if you have a Chick-fil-A, then we will service your area. If you want to buy real estate, as long as you're a Chick-fil-A within 10 minutes, then we're good.
Yeah.
But no, it is really, really cool to see the growth. And I'm sure, being somebody from Tulsa, born and raised, what you've seen in even just 20 years has been significant.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so anywhere else, you like the brook, you like going, and walking on Riverside.
Let me think. I don't know. What do you like?
So, talking about kind of how it's spreading out, I really think the downtowns have gotten really cool.
Yeah.
For Broken Arrow
downtown.
Sapulpa now is really stepping up their game. All over my Insta and Facebook, I'm seeing all these people going to Sapulpa for Christmas stuff. And I'm wait, what? Sapulpa? Where'd you come from? But same thing for Owasso. Their downtown is really getting revitalized.
Yeah.
And Jenks has a really cute downtown area. So I think the downtowns of the smaller suburbs have really come on strong. In the last few years,
cute.
They are adorable.
Yeah.
And have really cute shops. And I just think it's really that to me is something that's kind of come up shopping wise. Because I do feel like a lot of the bigger box stores here maybe don't even do as well as the smaller boutique type stores. So I think that's kind of cool. Me too.
Yeah, support the local businesses.
Yes, for sure. But no, I really like how the downtowns are coming on. I like how that growth has been really steady. Mm-hmm. And, each area I think has shown that steady growth. So it doesn't feel like it's really spread out. It's not just one area is just catching on fire and it's just sprawling like crazy. So it's been really cool. But so the Brook is your favorite restaurant. Any other great restaurants? What
So
about any other good happy hours?
so I used to work
Are you
at
gonna
a
say Roca?
restaurant. No, I used
Okay.
to work at Kio.
Kio, okay.
Yeah, so it's like an Asian fusion place, and I'm a big foodie, so like obviously I'm gonna keep talking about restaurants.
I like it. I like it. We haven't really hit restaurants.
But yeah,
a lot.
they have 2 locations. There's one in South Tulsa, 91st
right.
Yale, and then one on Brookside. And
They have a good happy hour?
they do have a good happy hour
Okay.
and great fresh food.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Because Roca has a good happy hour.
Do they?
Yes.
I don't know if I've been there.
Bird and Bottle has a good happy hour.
Okay.
Where else has a good happy hour? I'm trying to think. Hideaway Pizza has a
Really?
really good happy hour. Yeah.
Actually, my cousin works at the Hideaway in Broken Arrow.
I actually
I
really
need to
like
go.
Hideaway. Like, I mean, it's a good, and they have lunch specials, but then they also have, I think their happy hour is like every day, and it's like 2 or 3 hours. So it's not just, I mean, I think it's
Right.
until like 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say this, and then it's going to change. But as of today, I think all of theirs, like I think it's appetizers and drinks are all half off.
Oh, wow. We should go.
We should go.
Let's
well,
go.
And Gordon was on our last episode, and he told me that Mondays for Waterfront Grill was half price sushi.
Oh,
So there you go.
wow.
I know. But anyway, okay, well, follow us for more great happy hour and fine dining tips in
Yeah.
Tulsa. We're here for all of that. And thanks so much, Chloe, for
Thanks for
coming on
having
today.
me.
Yeah, and thanks for all that you have done and all that you do, for our team. It's just really special. And
I love it here.
well, we love you.
Aw.
And it's what makes us who we are. And having people like you just really contributing is so awesome.
So sweet.
Well, all right. Well, catch us next time on our next episode. Who knows what we're going to talk about? But tune in and we'll have lots of fun.